Another topic I've heard you talk about it a lot, but just the cost of housing, the cost of rent. You know, it's, I mean, even in Sault Ste. Marie. Like I'll read you. This is an interesting email. It's from a young guy. His name's Ben. He applied for a job here, and we basically said he had a job. He lives in Vancouver with his parents. Just finished his schooling. And here was his reply. He said, "Good evening. It is with great regret that I have to inform you of my decision to decline your offer of employment at this given time. Due to the continuous rise in the price of housing over the past several years, combined with the lack of affordable housing, it has made it near impossible to find a suitable place to rent while working at JDR in Sault Ste. Marie. This decision was not an easy one to make. I felt your company stood out from the competitors, and as a whole, you seem to generally care for your employees. Hopefully someday I'll be able to work for your company."
Wow, that's sad, isn't it?
Here's a guy that's just starting out, but he can't.
And you know, the last time I was in the Soo, I met a carpenter at Tim Hortons who lives in a parking lot. And I thought, isn't it incredible that we now live in a country where the people who build our homes cannot afford to live in our homes? And that is a fundamentally broken system. And the problem is we have the second slowest building permits in the OECD. Government delays in zoning, permitting, the taxes, development charges that they apply add 1.3 million to a new home, each new home in Vancouver, 350 grand to each new home in Toronto. Some of the GTA municipalities have increased their development charges by 900%. Winnipeg has blocked 2,000 homes right next to a transit station that was built for those homes, just because the councillor said that his constituents did not want to have neighbors. And in Montreal, there's a study from a think tank showing that the city there blocked 24,000 homes in the last 3 years alone. So what's happening is we've built up these monstrous local bureaucracies who make it their business to block construction and to have to hold things up and to collect fees and nickel and dime. The federal government keeps giving money to these local municipalities to hire more of these gatekeepers. My common sense plan would instead take the money we give the cities for infrastructure and make it into a housing incentive. So they will get dollars based on the number of homes that get complete. I want city bureaucracies to get paid like real estate agents based on volume. So they'll be required to permit 15% more home building per year. If they exceed it by say 10%, they'll get 10% more money. If they miss it by 10%, they'll get 10% less money. I'm going to require every federally funded transit station be pre-permitted for high-density housing all around it so people can live next to the bus or train. I'm going to sell off 6,000 federal buildings, thousands of acres of federal land, and get CMHC, which is the Federal Housing Agency, to approve financing for apartments within 2 months rather than 2 years. And it will be in my law, right in the law, that the executives at CMHC will lose half their pay if they don't hit the turnaround target within 6 months. And if after a year they're still not hitting the target, they're going to automatically be fired. But that's how we're going to deliver outcomes and results and get things built for a change.